Ya Allah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya Roh. Ya Roh. Ya Roh. Ya Roh. Anda panah lah. Anda panah menggelegak lah. Aku tak tahu. Bang intro lah. Tak suka bangin. Nak pupi. Dah pup dah. Tapi the gas stays with me. Yes, a bite with Rubicon. Tiba-tiba. Tak, aku tak tengok walkthrough lah. Because I don't have time to play. So I just watch them as people play. Penat. Character. Gecko shotgun dia tu ada banyak graffiti pasal dia punya Pokemon. I think it's nice. Shot itu Shorty. Oh, Shorty akan datang ni. Ghost ni. Omen Ghost cantik. Dia kalau hang pakai certain body, akan ada certain effects yang dia tunjuk octopus body. Dia akan jadi warna aku tak tahu octopus body tu dapat warna. Dia akan ikut warna nak tahu tu. Ataupun kalau nak buat macam yang aku punya, yang aku tunjuk itu ni, yang apa ni? Nak tahu mah? Bukan Easter egg. Apa punya nama dia? Hang pakai Nathan tu punya body apa ni? Apa KO body, hang pakai brimstone, hang pakai weapon KO. Dia kan keluar yang loket tu. Yang tu je lah. Yang aku tahu lah stack ni. Ya, dia kata buka. Menunjukkan isi hati. Aku warm up dalam tanda. Boleh hendak nak sah aku tak? Aku rasa aku lambat makan malam ni. Dah bangin dah baru aku makan. Berkali dah kena lah ni. Why so recurrent? Okay, I think I can do this. Let's go, Nick. I don't have many time to lose. CDM je lah dulu. Aku dah tengok aku punya tracker yang baru ni. Aku naik tapi tak ada bawah satu game main macam ni. Takkan nak naik lah aku punya rank. Nah, he's not gonna be that. I'm not sure. That's why I talking to myself. Kosong? Aku rasa tukar lah. Table to something. Yeah, everyone. Oh tak, aku ingat semua orang nak main ni. Berangin. No, Nick is disrespectful. I know. Ribut takkan boleh MC macam ni. Sounds weird. Nah, tu dah teruk lah. Itu cari. Oh, ni. Oh, dia tunjuklah kita punya performance setiap game. Wow, perform aku semalam S waktu aku main jadi MVP tu. Wow, my. Oh, aku ingatkan dia buat summary hang dan season tu je. Oh, great. I'm very motivated. I'm a S player. I'm a S agent. Ah? Lol. Oh, that's funny. Oh, what the heck? Headshot. Woo! I'm gonna KS everyone. Like I will always do. I am Phoenix and I am fire. Ah! Han kena flash lah. Ah! Kau hilang dia. The heck. What? Limpah tu tembak aku dengan powernya. Kau pakai sheriff je dah. Kau dah pakai. Aku nak berlatih pakai sheriff. You sure shot. 2 kali shot lah. Kau tu tak. Kau tu aku tembak tak kena-kena bajik pun. Nanya. Depan ni. Tu okey. Kami memerlukan masak. Hang pakai movement tapi hang lompat apa hang pakai guardian. Alah body ya. Turn out she didn't. Depan sangat. Why not? Ah, 80 lah. What? 40 lah. Orang. Why so? Nek lo sian. Buat ulti tapi tak kena. Kata tak kena. Tembak tak lepas. Nek, you're the last to die. How humiliating. Humiliating. Benar. I'm out of breath. Maybe. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. Tak berhenti, saya berhenti bagi kat bakar bini ya. Sebab tu kita bakal. Ha ha. It's not even lucky, man. Your account is more worthy than mine. Lol. C1 je pun. Furina. Tapi Furina kalau dia ikut daripada game apa? Story macam what? So apa macam dia, apa yang special dia akan bantu dalam kita punya game? Support. Maybe a healer. No healer. Kokomi, yeah, should be better than apa punya tu? Tatagalia. Mesti akan better daripada Tatagalia. Maksudnya apa? Dia buat ulti dia summon naga di pokok apa? Naga ayak dia tu. Naga ayak dia tu agak itu. Roskay, oh no! This is Yahudi. Ada. Banget. What the heck, Rothschild? Hah? Hah? Oh, Indo ni. Indo ni. Yeah. Oh yeah, kalau football kita dah chamber dah, fine. Dia ambil lah chamber. Macam nak main fit lah. Fine. Hang cakap apa ni? Aku AFK ni. You saying something? Hang cakap apa? Aku dengar bunyi kuat tu. Ada peak rating pula lah. Oh, peak rating. Tu Rochai tu. Biasa ada orang panggil jet ni first time ambil jet semenjak dia kena nerf kan? Ada? Kita ingat lah. Kau rasa macam ni first time teammate Red Jet lepas kena nerf. Tahu. Dia lari terus yang tu lah. The peak rating guy died. Ya, kena itu. Faham? Ya, aku tengok biji tak kena. Tak, aku nak terkejut dengan robot tu. Tembak robot tak kena. Teruknya. My flank defense is bad. Cannot focus. I'm dying. Yalah, tengok siapa nak beli apa. Oh ya, dia beli. Wow. Jet beli ni apa? Aku rasa chamber saya kena nerf, kena flank. Okay, chamber gerak. Pergi sana. Ni awak apa? Tahu. Dua-dua tak ditembak. Dua-dua tak ditembak. Kamu tu duduk nak ni ke? Dia nak flash je pun. Aku tembak dia 44 kena kaki dua-dua. What the heck? Dia tembak apa? Aku tembak kaki dia 2, dia tembak aku badan 4 biji Spectre. What the heck? Tak, dia tak minta. Tak minta. Sepatutnya. Tahu. Aku wall lah. Dia mana. Agresif dia pun. Berhenti dia kot sebab dah kena tembak itu. Aku pakai arah. Aku kan enemy. Aku fake B. Pergi sana. PC. Aku kan semut lebih bijak sana. Oh, aku lah semut. Kenapa kalian dah sebut? Oh, why is this ugly vandal? Why I'm always guard the ugly vandal? Kenapa bagus? Ya, bagus apa gecko. Stay humble. Tapi dia rocal. No. It make it more complicated than it ever been. Oh, lo dah pun apa ni? I have TP balik kau. Now. Tak, aku saja main. Dekat set. Dekat set. Dekat set. Pintu tu ancok lah. Depan aku ada orang. Dalam pintu ada orang ni. Tak. Wah. Tunggu ya pokok. Ah, apa? Itulah kan. Oh, tengah ada orang. Yep. Kita dah kena dengan ni. Apa, Jack kita mati. Kita slow terus. No, I cannot. I cannot. Bye, me, Nick. Nick, bye. Thank you. Tak, dia bye lah. Dia bye. Siapa nak save? Dia bye. Aku je yang beli. Mana aku tahu gecko ni. I'm not his mother. Ada. Of course lah ada orang. Ada orang tak apa hampir ni. Kami jaga belakang. Ni je. Apa? Itulah. Siang kat apa ni. Tu dia. Tak, sebab ni apa Arena terlepas kat aku. Aku tak tengok ada pi flank arena apa chamber waktu chamber tengok flank. Marah kawan. Melaju lah. Anak plan. Okay, plan. Wanna meet? You should. Oh, maju. Tapi aku tengok dia pakai headhunter. Kenapa? Aku tu ni tak kena. Siapa yang weapon dah? Ambil lah. Nampak? Dia tahu lah. Free weapon available. No worries bro. What the heck? Kau Odin terus. StellarNick. Apa A clear. C clear, C clear. Bertunggu. Oh tak, mid. Tunggu pintu. Tapi dia tengok pintu ni bahaya. Mana ada semut? Oh dia punya jet punya semut. Ikut lah hati ke apa guna api lah apa pun. Oh, hampir-hampir kena. Ambil. Ambil OP, ambil OP ni, ambil OP. Hanya jangan bloodlust sangat. Lagi penting ambil OP tu. Dia akan mati kok. Hang kalau dapat assist kok sebab hang tak hang nak bawa pisau nak pergi cari dia apa. Calm the horses ni. Nah, suruh dia beli ni. Entah. Entah dia jual entah dia ambil balik. Tak apa. Tak, aku bukan beli sketches. Aku bukan beli sketches. Tepi dinding punya radius lah. You're in the radius. Shit. Laju lah. Pandai dia hati lah. Dia masalah kita pergi ke depan. So this is goal play Goal play. Bukan cold play InsyaAllah. Tak. Grace banyak duk main kat sana. Kau rasa dia mid? Dia rasa dia mid. Ah! Aku ada ulti. Can use my ulti. Ah! Tak. Dia expect. Oh. Oh, this KJ is better than our KJ. You gonna what now? Teammate yang agresif. Yeah, I can. Nak plan? Nak plan? Aku ada hati tak guna-guna lagi. Duk tunggu bila nak guna hati. Aku guna hati dulu. Tak ada. Kena hancurkan mid. Reset side. Tadi lah. Shit. Tahu. Empat puluh. Tak nak spike, tak nak spike. Itulah. Aku tak nak spike. Hampir. Oi, Nick. Nick, you button frag? Aku ingat anak guna rage power. Rage power. Tak ada beli shotgun. Tak, aku tak banyak dah. Tak. Chamber baik kat dia. Yeah, until we die. Again and again and again. Of course, Nick. Oh no. OP mati kena makan dengan OP. Oh no. No. Dia cari aku tak guna. Di belakang! Hang tanya mana dia? Serius ni. Dia mati belum bom niri. Ni, serius ni. Oh, lepas tu. Tak, tak tembak mati. Banyak yang aku tengok lah ni orang jenis tu. Tembak dia tak. Kawan tu enemy tak mati ke tapi dia berhenti lah tembak. Tak, dia kan tulis kan enemy mati ke tak. Ya Allah. Dia boleh boleh. Cepatlah ni nak minta kau. Dia ulti dia boleh pusing balik. Aku ke pistol. Oh no. Ada main belakang. Belakang ni. Tahu. Ush. Slow movement. Oh, boleh kata semua orang kita mati. Hampir lah. 10 semua. Nampak kill kita, dead kita sama. Itu kena flank tadi kan, lawak. Itu paling lawak. Not a greatest pembukaan. Enable, yup. Dia pada ulti. Oh no! Nice try. Nice try. Aku dia tengok tembuh yang kena aku. Silap aku beli half shield. Kalau aku beli full shield aku hidup agak tadi. Sebab aku nak beli Odin lah ni. Aku beli half shield. Dia tembak body aku 131 lah. Sebab dia tembuh yang pula kan. Dia nak suruh aku duduk B. Don't only. How about that? Nice. Kau nak tembak belakang. Piu. 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 Yeah, sure, Nick. Dia suruh aku pergi harbor. Aku pergi. Everywhere I go, harbor is me. Why I don't know. Si dekat A. Si macam si. Kat ujung. Si. Kau jaga pintu ni. Kau dia nak rotate. Lambat aku. Put rotate. Tahun. Tak mau. Kau ada arah ni. Han nak ghost. You don't want ghost. I am a ghost. Itu man. Ada kat A. Kau tengok mid belakang dia ni. Tahu dia masuk dah. Kau makan dah. Faham? Kat depan tak tahu. Fuck dia kat. Tahu. Pergi dia tak masuk ni. Ada A. Dia nak pakai tu juga. Ada Spectre depan dia. Laju dah dia punya gerak. Die. Okay. Yes, everyone did. Yeah, I'm not blaming him too. I blame the enemy. Why the enemy unstable? No. I did miss one or two. I'm not missing entirely. Kau boleh full shield lah. I'm pada state C. Tak. Okay, masuk dah. Nampak seorang. Oh, nice ni. Lepas tu kedua. Ceh. Juga tahu. Ada kat side kan? Oh. Duduk atas ni, atas takkan apa pasir tinggi tu. Nampak meninggikan ketinggian dia. Okay, we try. Nak sini tambah ni. Nak buy? Of course. Buy me this. Tak, ni aku beli sendiri. Tak ya, aku bayar lah. Oh, dia pun tak bayar. Teammate tak ada duit. Semua. Ada ramai. Tak ada kat depan ni. Okay. Tak. Belakang ada orang. Planting C. Nak sat je lah. Lol. Baik kan lah. Oh, hujung tu. Oh, sangat bahaya. Nice ni. Ya, sempat. Apa dia tadi GG orang ingat? Right lah. Surrender? Dah awak cakap ingat. Where's your kecut? Where's your telur? Wonderful. Positive. Yeah, I like positivity. I like positivity, you know. Flow state. Ayam, aku sangkut. Kenapa aku sangkut? Waduh ya. Apa dia tu? Kalau hang edit, aku rasa kalau hang edit settle lah masalah. Oh, hantar edit tu. Aku tembak 2 orang waktu aku blind. Betul aku nak undang ni. Aku tak expect lah ada lagi orang ketiga. Ayam. Ya, sangat teruk. Tak kena headshot. Hang tak mau ADS tu. Hang ADS settle masalah. Kantor lah. Gerak lah. Aku rasa dia pergi A. Senyap lah. Oh, macam tu nak cancel dia punya ni. Uish. Oh tu nampak belakang ni. Kita lah nampak weapon dah. Nampak weapon dah. Lol, nampak. Itulah, alhamdulillah dia pun nampak. Lol. kenapa enemy, apa dia angkat tangan tu? Tapi lambat apa enemy nak masuk. Kadang aku rasa kalau dia continue pun dah habis lah diffuse. Anti-common spot. Oh. Oh shit. Oh. Wow. Wow. Tak ada. Ni just a skin. Wow. Tiba-tiba Jack ni tiba-tiba dia nak perform. Tadi okey ya. Banyak dah pakai shotgun. Depan sangat. Kena hati siapa? Tak, aku tak kena hati. Dia bershot dengan hang pula. LKJ. Dia tembak hang punya hati. Bukan cakap hati hang, dia tembak hang kali. Allah. Tak lasak kena spray tu. We have KJ. Baguslah, baguslah semangat. We have KJ tapi tak apa ni lah. Chamber lah, we have KJ. Tak, ni lah apa motivational speech lah. We have KJ. Tiba-tiba dia buat ulti sekali yang mati. Demi KJ buat ulti terus. Sadaqallahul-azim. Tak dia kata, aku rasa dia kata semangat tu KJ. Apa dah? Buat saja. Boleh buat saja. Masih dekat depan dia bunyi. Kau jaga pintu ni. Dia tak tengok belakang. Dia tengok depan. Depan ni. Udah hati terus. Pisau. ambil Odin. Odin aku tadi, tak apa-apa. Tak, dia ambil dah. No time to do, Nick. Yeah. Cannot make mistake. Enemy stable. 22, 15, 13, 12. Oh, dia. Why ya? The heck? Han nak buat placement wire sana. Dah siapa pasal wire sabar Zat. Aku nak fokus. Aku tak expect enemy nak pick B. Oh no. Maybe. Oh. Dia main datang tu sakit lah. Apa dia? Apa yang aku nak buat ni? Oh, bye. Biar. Bukan aku je yang pakai Odin. Apa dia? Okey lah. Okey lah. Lolat 18. Oh, dah. Oh, memang masuk ke dah gol. Ramainya gol. Nampak semua gol. Apa dia ni sesat aku. Aku yang paling rendah harga silver tu. Mau gol 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 gol. Pak. Tak asal dia gol biasa ni. Tapi betul lah, lawan ni nak dapat gol pun payah kan. Dengan banyak sungguh semua berbagai ni. Yara yara. Itulah apa Jet terlalu lambat untuk ni untuk apa power up. Last game dekat last game baru dia boleh dia aktif kan, dia tembak enemy sebelum masuk. Ni angin lah. Dia dok main dengan team tu. Han tak nak main kan dalam keseluruhan team tu. Dia memang bagus. Tapi dalam team tu ada seorang tu macam aku. Tapi lagi rendah daripada aku lah. Kalau tak mesti dia dah sampai silver lebih lah. Kalau cuba tengok dalam history akan nampak nama Aguya. Yes. Tak. Tak. Aguya tu pernah sekali dia bagi apa orang pro main account dia. Nampak power sat lah. Tapi dah orang pro tu ada hidup sendiri. Dia adik-adik dia lah. Bukan adik-adik, kawan dia. Dia anak tunggal. Kawan dia. Oh loh, Skye dah dia ambil orang. Nampaknya tempat salah saya, Sish. Split. Aku kena set. Pasti akan letak robot mid. Aku letak wall antara A atau B. Tu je. Buat set tempat ni race masih famous. Tapi kenapa kita tak ada teammate by race? Kah nak try race? Kalau hang tak ada sachet, tapi itulah. Kalau tu hang pandai baling bom ataupun roket apa ni, roket. Bawa dia lah race. Oh, 3 duelist. Tak ada langsung tapi tak ada semut pun. 3 duelist, 2 initiator. Semua flash. Tak apa Skye flash, Phoenix flash. Oh tak, 2 je lah flash. Kenapa dalam gold rank ada orang macam ni? Aku ingat dia ikut meta. Dia trying another thing? Nampak apa? Lepas tu yang kadang itu dia duduk tanya you got mic apa tu? But I don't know English. I don't speak English. I only speak Malay, bro. No English. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Plah. Tak ada aku ni apa? Sarcastic. I've been sarcastic, bro. Yellow sama Marcel. Chill, amigo. And giving out oxygen for mankind. Ada 2 orang. Nice. Picker mati. Jap. Wih, lompat ah. Apa Reyna ni? Wah, ni plan. Oh, bukan hang. Laju gila. Tak, entah apa api brimstone tu. Api Phoenix tu. Reyna lompat itu. Kalau kita tak wani nak tunggu. Oh, berarti dia dapat kill tadi kan. Pandai. Sangat agresif. Weh, dia boleh beli Vanda dengan full shield. 4 kill. Hang tadi dia tembak kau. Ada weapon bang kang. Vector tak mau. Nampak atas tu. Kita lupa kita ada 2 healer. Yes, I know I'm good. Yes. I need motivation, bro. Give me some motivation myself. If people don't give me motivation, I motivate myself. You need weapon, bro. You look at your money. Oh, ITS wisdom. Banyak duit dah, 5,000. 5,000 dia cukup lagi lah. Tak apa, biar dia tukar mati tu. Han nak pick lagi ke ni? Han nak pick lagi ke? Tak payah mati. Enemy flash sampai. Oh, betul. Lol. Wih. 4 second. Alah. Tak, nak ambil setelah tu ada ni, ada judge. Cari hunter ambil judge lagi nangis. Baik ambil vandal, tak ada skin. No, mana sempat. Aku nak sale. But it's no skin sale. Tak apa. Aku akan nak skin. Ya, dia drop. Oh, fast. Orang kata fast. Guys, mid. Dua mid. Oh. Yes, the skin. Kat spawn ni. Aku dengar dia bunyi angin dah. Dah lah. Nampak dekat mid. Tengok bunyi tali. Dia main ke depan. Tengok macam bunyi tali. Tu. Nampak Nek? Ni lah skin yang nak tu. I got it for free. Lol. Sedangkan skin yang sama. Hang akan dapat kot skin ni. Kalut lah. Kalut oi. Kalut ni kalut. Wow. Is safe program worthy of skins. Tahu mari yang kali. Dia boleh semut kan sampai ni. Sampai kan? Jadi. Dia bawa flash ni juga. Bawah. Kat side. Yang 40 je. Ada 2. Mek. Oh. Dia defuse on side. Aku mati. Depan hang tapi sia ni. Sia. What are you trying? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Nah, you just kill yourself in the process. Aku boleh bandai je lah. Dia minta Odin. Dia silap kot. Thank you for carrying me. Satu tempat. Laju dia tembak. Kau nak revive. Depan. Ha? Tak mana Odin? Tak ada Odin. Dia kata apa? Gecko? Tak tahu. Aku dengar dia cakap something ni. Gecko ke Gecko lah. Belajar dalam ni lah. Dalam TDM. Dia punya energy tak pernah habis. What the heck? Ni flash member. Yeah. The heck? Destroy. Whoop. Aku bagi balik dia weapon yang dia letak kat itu je. Aku ingat aku bagi dah. Dia weapon dia. Hampa bukan hang seorang je beli Bitter Pass ni. Tapi nampak itu bukan skin, itu kan default. Dia ada duit yang better daripada kita tak? Boleh better skin apa Better Pass sebab tak ada skin lah, tak ada duit. Marahin. Oh no. That's bad. Nampak cara keluar weapon ni. Tengok belakang. Lari dah. Lari ya. Oh tu depan ni kak. Loh, kayaknya ada lari. Tak mau lari ya. Tunggu kok. Aku tak kena tembak dah tadi. Thank you for clearing the site for me. I just need to plant and bukan aku plant. I just need to wall and tada, everything's where's itulah tak tahu nak point macam mana nak distribute lagi ni. Yeah, she's now your sensei. Sebenarnya kita berapa itulah. Tapi dia tak marah pula. Walaupun Skye ni buat apa macam tu. What? Oh no. That's not good. Dah aku kali ni kita like pun walaupun aku pakai encoder apa hardware. Entah beli OP ni. Tak mau beli OP. No, you don't want. Dah duit ada lalang. Betul-betul enemy dapat OP. Kalau saya tak boleh yakin tak ya itu aja. Tapi dia tak mau. Lonely KJ. Nah, ni is lonely KJ, not lonely. He is a lonely. Ni is a apa dia buat itu kan? Ada belakang ni. Ada belakang ni. Lari ah. Tak dapat semua pun aku dapat tadi. Tak. Tadi dia dah MVP kah? Tak. Tan. Dia tak dapat, dia bukan nak dapat MVP tadi kan? Kok aku try ambil MVP. Tempting to connect. Oh, okay, kembali dia. What happened, Nick? Aku ter-DC. Ter-DC tadi. Tempat lagi aku nak aim lagi kali kedua. What? Dia bertuju. Oh ya. Aku DC. What the heck? Aku DC terus tadi. Apa jadi ni? Don't know. Belah 7 Rena. Oh no, kita punya teammate. Kita punya team enemy aku tak tahu. Tengok kiri. Kanan ada side, ada orang side. Mana? Pelan je. I just baited you, Nick. I baited you. Ada performing lah sebab dia liga semua nampak tu. Joki tu banyak kan. Oh, ada orang banyak angkat untuk dia naik booster lah. Booster kan. Good day. Tapi tak tahu lah, nampak macam pakai embok kan. Tak kan. Allah tutup pintu tak dapat betul. Tak, aku tahu di tempat aku. Ada ada lagi bunyi, ada lagi bunyi. Aku nak bunyi dia. Oh, lepas dapat heal. Okay. It's not aimbot. Push, shotgun terus. Dia pun sekali ke apa ni? Nampak? Dia dah pakai shotgun. Tu. IT exact wisdom dengan lightning ni. What are we to say? Beli je lah. Ayam. 77. Dua-dua. 77 apa nama dia? Apa ni race? Tak, dia mati dah. Okay, tak pasal mati. Bawah hang ya. Bawah hang pula dah. Allah, what the heck? Depan hang. Depan hang pula. Hang mana? Ambil weapon. Kiri. Ada orang pakai ni. Ada orang pakai bandal. Oi. Ni pakai bandal. Oh, bukan. It's a bulldog. It's a bulldog. Itu aku. Oi. Dia pun boleh holding kak. Wow, ni. Sian dia tak ada nak buat curse kan. The curse is not available. Dia dying. Enemy pun tak boleh nak rush. Dia commitment. Tak ada. So, mungkin dia nak buat fake sana. Fake B. Tu tengok pecek. Main pecek tu. Oh. Masuk dari belakang tak lepas. Masuk dari belakang tak lepas. Nah, tu point dia. Dia makan semua. Tak ada langsung sisa untuk kita. Ber 24. Damn. Tapi dia silver 3. Tak tahu tu pernah tengok dia punya account. Mesti something. Suspicious. Tapi enemy pun teruk lah. Dia pun pakai 3 duelist. 2 initiator. Enemy pun pening. Betul. Kita pun kaya terlebih itu ni. I think it's this. I'm done, Nick. I'm done. Tu dia. Nampak tu. Season bila tu? Part 1 tu. Episod 6. Kita mana? Kita episod 7 kan? Kita episod 7. Act 2. Apa dia? 21. Aku 8 lah. Aku 8 kedua. Tak ingat. Rating. Aku rasa dia patut S lah. Maksudnya memang betul lah. Ingat kot dia pakai booster lah. Of course, dengan attitude macam tu boleh dapat semua MVP. Of course lah. Consistent lah. Nick, ajak masuk apa nama dia? Ajak masuk Premier. Okay lah. Tak toxic. Aku tak tahu lah. Plat lah. Plat. I'm done. Not only it's 12 already, and I haven't done another game of mine. Adieu. What later? In the between. Wow, in the between. Wah, ingat aku nak ambil MC esok. Tak lagi kot. Minggu ni, bulan ni dah berapa kali MC. Too much would hurt my cuti. Awal bulan depan. Apa bulan? Langkawi lah. Langkawi lah. Tapi keluar dengan family dulu. Nanti dah kena kahwin nanti dah dilarikan. Sedangkan rumah dia pun depan rumah aku kan. Cik. Tak. Apa ni? 2 minit je. Bukan 2 minit. 1 minit daripada rumah aku ke rumah dia. Yup. Great stuff. Yeah. Sekampung dia ni. Tak, dengan dia pun masih ya. InsyaAllah tak biar je. Kalau kata kita umum awal. Apa pula? Hah? Apa? Hah? Tak, dia HO. Ya, husband. Dia sekarang ni duduk kat Kangak. Dekat dengan rumah aku duduk pergi kot selalu. Kangak, hospital Kangak. Dengan kau dia tu dekat je. Kangak tu Perlis lah. Hospital paling besar Perlis. Siapa tu? Pali. Siapa duduk itu? Pali. Apa dia lah. Tak, dia duduk itu HO. Nanti kalau dapat permanent, dia kan tukar tempat juga. Macam aku jugalah. Sama macam MA lah HO ni. Harapnya tak kena floating lama lah. Tapi kalau floating pun setakat ni okey lah. Kalau kat Kangak. Dekat juga, tak masalah. Aku tak win. I do nothing bro. I just live my life. Ikut prinsip tu Nick. Ikut prinsip tu. Lelaki yang baik untuk perempuan yang baik. Yes, I believe in that. Yes, alhamdulillah. Yeah, it's still a shock. What will happen to my gaming world? I thought I was gonna be a weeb for life. Weeb pula dah. Neat. Bukan weeb. Neat. Neet. No, not a weeb. Neat. Nah, in terms of experience, I think you are better one. Yeah, you get better experience of dealing with people. Aku baru minggu lepas, 2 minggu lepas aku cabut gigi susu. So apa macam mana? Ya, kena compare lah. Tak pelik lah kenapa gigi susu aku kekal sampai umur 27. What? Paling senang tengok ni lah. Tengok Luke lah. Tengok kau, dia kau umur apa? 25? Lukman Daniel. Dengan ni, dengan siapa? Saifuddin kan? Saifuddin anak seorang dah. Saifuddin kau bye-bye lagi kan? Saifuddin kau bye-bye lagi ke Luke bagi dah? Oh, lepas Luke lah. Lepas Luke anak ada seorang dah. What a great papa! Oh man, gaming child, what? Wow, what a good objective. Nonetheless. Aku nak habis dah ni. Tu, aku tengok event nak habis dah pun. Event Genshin tak apa. Event Honkai tu. Aku tak settle lagi. Kan event tu yang ada apa? Yang ada mendatang apa? The Hunt Physical tu. Apa nama dia tu? Seng Heng. Sene. Tak apa lah. Tu yang kawan tu Sushang. Sushang. Oh ya, fine. It's Sushang. Memorial Arena habis ke malam ni ke? Esok lah. Memorial Arena. Ya, Memorial kan? Yes, correct. Chaos. Memorial of Chaos. Apa dia Memorial of Arena? Memorial Arena tu nak tahu apa? Oh no, nah, that's past me. No, nothing. No. Nah, I didn't miss that game. No, it just clouded my mind. I clouded my mind by that game. And shall it not be? No, I don't want to share. No, I'm not a toxic people that bomb another people just for their own sake. No, I done backstabbing people and getting backstabbed in Memorial of Arena. Cakap lah. Tak toxic lah. Aku yang toxic kan dalam tu. Wah, tak ada lah PVP. Apa, pay to win tak ada lah. Pay to win juga lah. Ceh. That sound disappointing. No, I am F2PF. Don't mistaken me for F2P. Free character. Nah, you cannot work in the herd of broken soul. No, I am talking about my soul, not your soul. I don't know what about your soul. It's complicated. Your soul is unsavable. Oh yeah, so much peace that you need to stay back almost 2 PM every day. 2 PM lah, 2 AM. What the heck are you doing? Seriously? Aku ingat aku je yang kerja lambat last minute. Main game last minute. What the heck? Oh. What? You were working? Minggu depan sekali lagi on call. Tengok macam mana. Let us see how I'll manage that. Betul nak lari, nak pergi apa? Langkawi. Why not? Yes, I need to go to Langkawi because my heart is at Langkawi. Tiba-tiba. Faik dengan apa? Faik dengan Ustaz pergi Langkawi juga. Yang dia punya PPW sampai lah. Langkawi. Ustaz duduk mana tah? Yang aku tahu. Siapa tah? Salah seorang daripada mereka duduk kat ni. Pusat dialisis. Seorang lagi duduk ED kan? Tak ingat. Pusat dialisis bro. Itulah kan itu Ustaz kot duduk. Ada sesi. Tukar telefon. Tukar nombor. What the heck? I died just like that? Siapa tembak aku ni? It's you type 3 logout. What the heck? Aku main Gundam. Emosi. MOC. Aku dengar emosi mana tambah. I don't know. I'm not any emotional person like you. Emotional person. Tak apa pula dah. Nah, I let them down for a few good time now already. No MOC can control my sleep time or my living time. Oh no! You have failed to complete the math. You will suffer penalty when having poor disconnect rating. Alah, tak ada main dah. Wah, tu lagi Azam. Bagilah dia, esok dia tak kerja. Umar. Aduh, beratnya Umar. Nak pergi minum lah. Umar nak jerit kah? Umar tak mau jerit kan? Umar baik. Umar baik. Umar nak jerit apa? Udah jantung lajunya Umar. Umar nak fikir apa ni? Umar tengok ni Umar. Babysitting lagi. Great. I'm a great babysitter, you know. Cakap nak apa bunyi?
Its environment for its own purposes. Beavers like it wet, and they're very good at making things wet. But when? How does the beaver, and why does it beave? Here are true facts about the beaver. To understand the beaver, you should know that it is a rodent. Rodents are the furry little meatballs of the field and forest. Just the right size for a snack. Who among us has not wanted to beer batter a hamster at some point? Guilty. Those flies are waiting for the cafeteria to open. So, being delicious, one thing that rodents became very good at is hiding. Old school beavers weren't into all this swimming and tree-cutting business, but they could sure piss you off in a game of hide-and-seek. Look at this thing. When people first discovered it, they didn't know what it was. They called it the devil's corkscrew, because apparently the devil has big bottles of wine. Personally, I think devil's bicycle seat or devil's catheter would have been more devil-appropriate. You know what it is? It's the fossilized tunnel of Paleocastor, a beaver that lived 20 million years ago. See? Good at hiding. At some point, the ancestor of the modern beaver got into swimming. It's a good way to escape predators, especially if you're a clumsy, waddling football of flesh. On land, the beaver isn't exactly graceful, but in the water, it is exactly graceful. Its paddle tail, which is more flexible than a cat's, becomes a rudder. They tuck their little hands up under their chin and let their big webbed feet do the swimming. Underwater, a thin see-through membrane covers their eyes. Their nostrils close up, and they have extra flesh on the inside of their lips that can close behind their front teeth. This allows them to carry things and even eat down there without getting a mouthful of water. It's just like my mother used to say, you try and find an open orifice on an underwater beaver. Good luck with that. The other thing that happened along the way was that beavers developed a taste for wood. Now, anyone can get a taste for wood, but to actually eat it is another matter. You need the right equipment, and rodent teeth are the right equipment. Let me explain. There are two main hard substances in a tooth, dentin and enamel. In our teeth, dentin helps anchor the tooth, and enamel forms a little cap that sticks out of our gums. Enamel is incredibly hard, the hardest thing our body makes, shush now, and it protects our teeth from wear and tear and forms a chewing surface. Enamel is made from densely packed crystals of a mineral called hydroxyapatite. That's right, our teeth are made from something called apatite. That's like a dad joke time bomb. But you can't just fart a crystal out. It's a whole process. Special cells called ameloblasts crawl around and leave a little snail trail of proteins behind them. Crystals then grow on these proteins. See those little cross-hatched lines? Each one of those lines was created by a single ameloblast cell. Up close, enamel is like a woven tapestry of crystal. So when teeth grow in your mouth hole, dentin is formed and enamel is layered on top of it. But when they're done, the cells that make enamel self-destruct and disappear. And that's it. If you break your enamel, you can't grow any back. That's okay for us because we eat relatively soft things like delicious meats and cheeses. But other animals like horses have to really chew the shit out of their food, and they would wear through our little enamel nubbins in no time. The enamel in horse teeth is laid out in sort of tube-like shapes that run up the length of the tooth. These are long teeth that slowly emerge as the horse ages. Here you can see the teeth of a young, healthy horse. I mean, not that healthy, its flesh is missing, and it's been cut in half. But healthy before that. Anyway, here is an old horse, and you can see that the teeth are almost completely gone. This horse won't be able to eat much longer, because it's lost its appetite. That's it. So what about rodent teeth? Well, we'll get to that after a brief message about our sponsor. Curiosity Stream has thousands of shows and movies about all sorts of topics. Nature, history, science, food, whatever tickles your knowledge bone. And it's all... This is the hummingbird. Hummingbirds are tiny little birds. So tiny that moths are sometimes mistaken for hummingbirds. And the blue jays, you know how they are, they tease, "Where's your pupa?" And then the hummingbird's like, "It's pronounced pupa and I'm not a moth." But if you start correcting the pronunciation of a bully, you're a nerd bird. And they're like, "Hey nerd bird, are you gonna stick your freaky fingernail tongue into some flower's sexy hole?" And to be honest, that one is actually fair. They do have a freaky little tongue. We'll get back to that in a second. But you don't just wake up one day saying you want a deep tongue of flower. Just like no one has a to-do list that includes trying to snort cocaine residue out of a shag carpet. It's just the sad outcome of a very serious addiction. Flowers contain nectar, which contains sugar, and hummingbirds are addicted to it. Jerry, I don't need the phonetics, I can read. But this isn't some hiding a bunch of Kit Kats in random drawers around the apartment kind of sugar addiction. You know who you are. These little hummers drink more than twice their body weight in nectar each day, using their tongue. And this is no ordinary run-of-the-mill tongue. The back part is fleshy like ours, but it has a bone in it. Don't judge. The long front part, however, is made of keratin, like a fingernail. And this fingernail tongue grows in a curious shape. If we zoom in, you can see that a cross-section of the tongue looks like two tadpoles that got into an argument. On closer inspection, it looks like a thumb smear wipe of mucus on a windshield. But magnified further, it resembles a fancy reclaimed wood cheese board you got as a gift, but don't use because cheese gets in those little cracks and holes. It's bullshit. However, if you zoom in all the way, you know what that looks like. That is the pattern on a Mead composition notebook, the very pattern that contains a spot that looks precisely like a cross-section of a hummingbird beak. Anyway, you can see that it forms 2 not rolled up all the way fruit roll-ups. I know what you're thinking, 2 straws, right? Wrong. As if nature ever does things the easy way. Even if you close the tubes up, they back into that fleshy bit, so no sucky-sucky. Instead, Dr. Margaret Rubega and her team discovered these are flexible mechanical pumps. When the hummingbird sticks out its tongue, it smushes these tubes in its beak parts. A thin layer of water molecules keeps it smushed, even though it wants to return to its tube shape. On contact with the nectar, the whole thing springs open and pulls the nectar into the tubes. The loaded tongue is pulled back into the beak, where the nectar is squeezed out during the next tongue flattening. And this all happens very quickly, 15 licks every second, and they will take over 1,000 of these drinks a day. That's a lot of lick friction, and so this fingernail tongue is continuously growing as the tip wears down. But these little badasses make the most of everything, and even the wear and tear is an engineering marvel. Watch what happens right at the end of the tongue. Whee! It's like a party. The tip of the hummingbird tongue is the ultimate split end. The 2 tubes separate and begin to fray, sort of like the leaves on a tropical plant. The resulting structure looks like 2 tiny feathers that fairies might tickle each other with. When this bifurcated tip enters the nectar, the fronds spread out, like a centipede trying to give a hug. This little nectar mop increases the surface area at the tip of the tongue, and helps to get into those hard-to-reach places inside a flower's naughty bits. As it exits the nectar, the whole structure closes back up, trapping additional sugar sauce that wasn't pulled up into the tubes. When a hummingbird says just the tip, you might be licked dry in an instant. Jerry, that's a moth. So anyway, they're out there flip-flapping all over the place, hitting the juice with their freaky tongue, and they're tweaked out. You've been there. It's like cramming for a test with a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. All jittery and you have to pee every minute. I'm telling you, everything's up to 11 with these tiny puffball junkie birds. And when they're hopped up looking for that next flower fix, their little wing parts are going at 30 to 40 flaps per second. And their heart, forget about it. Well, not before I say it. It's like a speed corset at an EDM concert. Somewhere between 500 and 1,000 beats per minute. Now forget about it. And they run hot. You can see it on these tie-dye cam. Friggin' science hippies. 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is approximately, look it up on Google yourself, Celsius. Friggin' metric system. Takes all the romance out of measurement. I want my units based on the size of a king's unit. That's what a shitload is. 1 king's loaf. Anyway, these jacked up hummers are caught in this crazy trade-off. If you want to take 1,000 drinks, you have to be quick in all directions, so you get small. And you can't store what you eat as fat or it'll slow you down. So you end up constantly converting the sugar you eat to energy so that you can get more sugar to eat. And if you stop, you starve. It is a vicious bicycle. Jerry, it's cycle. It's not short for bicycle. So with all that going on, you can't blame them for being a little bit aggro sometimes. And by a little bit, I mean crouching tiger, echo, hummingbird sort of aggro. They can be vicious little bastard birds. It's like MMA, but on a trapeze, and with swords. It's a Jet Li movie. Hummingbirds will often aggressively defend a territory. They have remarkable spatial memory, and their territory can be a long path of flowers that they visit each day, referred to as a trap line. But of course, a well-hung feeder is the mother lode. Jerry, Freud would have a field day with that sentence. You need help. Your background patio is basically a SummerSlam wrestling event, with tiny birds beaking the shirt out of each other. Some species take it a step further, and the males have full-on weaponized beaks, complete with dagger-like serrated toothy things on their tomia, the outside borders of their jaw parts, as well as hooked tips. The fairies don't even try to ride these ones. They're too dangerous. I mean, if they find a dead one, they'll take the beak off and make 2 saws out of it, use them to cut down twigs to make toothpicks. That's how they're made, and that's how fairies put food on the table. And I'll shit in a cup if you say otherwise. These shorter weapon beaks are most likely less efficient for feeding, but the trade-off allows them to defend the flowers that they like the most, sending the other hummingbirds who don't want to deal with crazy farther afield. Now, you can imagine that after a long day of running on fumes, all tweaked out and getting the crap beaked out of you, you'd start feeling ridden hard and put away wet. What is that, Jerry? That sounds dirty. It's about what? Jerry, we don't use that word. Oh, I see. Horse. You're saying a horse. Well, that's perverted, Jerry. When cold or darkness makes it too costly an energy for the hummingbird to keep up its habit, it goes into something called torpor, the hummingbird version of a sugar crash. It's extreme. It's like a did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in kind of crash. Its body temperature can drop more than 40 degrees, matching the temperature of the air around it. Its heart rate drops from over 1,000 beats per minute to under 100. This allows the hummingbird to use just a fraction of the energy it expends during the day, which prevents the bird from starving to death. In this state, the bird is offline and cannot respond to outside stimuli. 2 tendons in their landing gear lock their little bird feet in place, so they can hang on even if the naughty teenage fairies come and tip them over in the middle of the night. When it's time to wake up, it can take them up to 20 minutes to shiver and shake their way up to normal body temperature. And of course, the first thing they do is hit the sauce. As springtime approaches, the hummingbirds start to get horny, and they prepare to do a kind of reverse spring break. While college students fly south to sip on drinks with flowers in them and get laid in places like Cabo San Lucas, hummingbirds leave places like Cabo San Lucas and fly north to sip on flowers with drinks in them and get laid in places like Toledo. I'm not busting on Toledo. I'll leave that to the hummingbirds. Sorry. But first, they must fatten up for the journey. They will nearly double their weight, so they have the energy reserves for these intense journeys that can even take some of these little chubby puffballs across the Gulf of Mexico. Hummingbirds eat insects in order to round out their diet with vital amino acids and fats. Although it looks a bit like trying to catch a fly with tweezers, their bottom beak part is flexible and both bends downward and widens when they open their mouths, right before it all snaps shut. They are not above stealing food directly from a spider's web, while it watches no less. It's the second crappiest thing they do to the spider. After they migrate, they are ready to bump uglies, so to speak, and it's like the balcony scene in Romeo and Juliet, but the agro-musical theater version. Males put on quite a show, little aerial dances where they puff out their gorgets, which is like a built-in ascot. But in terms of impressing the females, the males have one more trick up their, well, you'll find out. With a female perched below, the male climbs high up into the sky above her. When he is satisfied with his ups, he turns around and heads downward in an arc, flapping his little wings to gain speed in a dive that can reach nearly 50 miles per hour. As he approaches the bottom of the arc just above the female, he flashes his gorget and makes a sound. That was an Anna's hummingbird, but each species makes its own sound. The black-chinned hummingbird makes this sound. The rufous hummingbird sounds like this. And then there's the calliope hummingbird, the smallest bird in North America. It does a little barrel roll right at the end. Let's listen. For science, let's slow that down. A little bit more for science. These sounds are not made with their mouth parts. They're made with their butts, sort of. You may have noticed at the bottom of the arc, the male fans out his tail feathers. Dr. Chris Clark and his team put some of these feathers into a wind tunnel. I mean, if you had your own wind tunnel, you'd put all kinds of crap in. Not a baby, not mayonnaise, but definitely the butt feathers of a bird. They found that these tail feathers are specialized to make sound as air rushes past them. Different feathers in different positions make different sounds. Sometimes feathers will even interact with one another. One function of the hummingbird dive is to build up speed so they can use their butt feathers as an instrument. Imagine impressing your date on a picnic by climbing up a large hill, then running down as fast as you can, and right when you pass them, spreading your cheeks and... That is how a hummingbird do. If the female is up for it, then they will rub their cloacas together. Not totally sure how the position works, lots of feathers in the way, but there's rubbing. Then the male f***s right off and the female is left to do everything else. And she's good at it too. She builds a tiny nest from fluffy things like moss, lichen, and dandelion down. To weave it together, she will steal the silk from spiders' webs. I told you. Like a good pair of sweatpants, the nest is designed to stretch as the eggs hatch and the babies grow. During this time, she must protect her nest as well as find food, both for herself and to puke into her waiting babies' beaks. To keep her babies warm at night, she will avoid torpor and keep her little engine running day and night. All of this, and then one day they are grown, ready to venture out. What was that? Seriously, Jerry, I'm trying to do the ending and you have a psychedelic bird baby taking a shit right on screen. Well, that's ruined. I mean, the point was going to be don't do drugs. Not a lot of them, anyway. Everything in moderation. Except moderation. You do that all the time. I mean, if you wake up and your tongue is in the shape of a crack pipe, like that's a good sign. I mean, it's a good sign that it's bad. The hummingbird is a pollinator. As it sticks its beak into the flower's hole, it gets the flower's male stuff all over its face. Jerry, I can't read this. I don't care if that's how the flowers get all pregnant. It's smut. Jerry, that's a moth. This episode sponsored by Brilliant. Learn to think. This right here, what looks like a grape with a sinus infection, is actually a baby elephant, just about ready to, well, be dropped from 5 feet. And start things off with a bang, to the head. It's an exciting event for everyone. The whole herd gathers around and celebrates. It's quite cute. And loud. But they should celebrate. That baby's been up in there for almost 2 years, so when it comes out, it's fairly well baked. It takes a minute or two to get used to its new surroundings. I mean, he's not in Kansas anymore. You know, if Kansas were a mucus-filled placental sac inside the uterus of an elephant. But in no time at all, this baby is standing up on its own. First things first, it's guided to the nipples. We should all be so lucky. And there they are. Could benefit from a dab of lotion by the looks of it. For the next 3 to 4 years, the baby will nurse in its mother's care, supported by the other females in the herd. Sometimes it takes a village. These elephant babies can sometimes be a handful. Look at this one, it's throwing an all-out tantrum. Probably just passed by a Chuck E. Cheese. That demon robotic mouse that calls to children. But it's a good thing that there's some time for the baby to learn how to elephant. You gotta get your feet right, but there's more subtle things like caring for your skin. Elephants have quite the beauty regimen. Luckily, they use foundation and powders that are quite cheap and readily available. Throw a bit of dirt on the back, maybe a mud bath. It's worth it because listen, this is no ordinary skin. Now up close, it doesn't seem like their routine is addressing the wrinkles. But in this case, the wrinkling is on purpose. Elephant skin doesn't just have wrinkles, there's wrinkles on the wrinkles. And the closer you look, the more you find. Unlike our skin, which flakes off when it dies, elephant skin sticks around and forms thicker and thicker layers as they age. And this wrinkled mess can do some magic tricks. Look at that. It's amazing. It's like a giant elephant-shaped sponge. And having skin that can hold on to water like that is very important. Elephants can get hot, very hot. They have the highest ratio of volume to surface area of any land animal. Too much body and not enough skin surface to cool off. They don't have sweat glands except for a couple between their toes. Those aren't going to do shit, so they have some other tricks. For one, they have these little hairs all over their body, not like a luxurious mane. More like the smattering follicular landscape of a testicle. One question, though, is why do they have hair at all? Doesn't hair make you warmer? Now, you might think that it's just evolutionary leftovers, sort of a slowly balding woolly mammoth. But it turns out that when hair density drops below a certain threshold, having hair switches from something that keeps you warm to something that helps you cool off. And it appears that that's what's happening. The hairs themselves help get rid of heat. Their giant ears also act as heat exchangers. Waving them around cools down the blood that runs through them. I know what you're thinking, naughty bits. Those veins there remind me of the veins in a human testicle, which also shed heat to keep sperm from overheating. Elephant testicles are inside the body, in basically the hottest place. There's something called the hot testicle hypothesis. It's a good band name. It says that elephants might not get cancer because they've evolved extra proteins that are constantly protecting and repairing heat-damaged sperm. Anyway, I digress. Wait, is this one flipping us off? Oh, we're totally getting flipped off by an elephant trunk right about now. But let me tell you, those trunks are quite something. Segway. You know, in the womb, they actually have an upper lip that's separate from their nose. But those fuse together to form the trunk. Here, try pushing your upper lip forward while flaring your nostrils. Hold that, right? Well, nothing to do with an elephant, but you look like an idiot. The trunk is made up of connective tissue, a tiny bit of fat, and tens of thousands of muscles that go the long way, the short way, and roundsy-bouncy. Much like the tongue, the trunk contains no bones and no cartilage, but by coordinating those muscles, it can do all sorts of things. It's quite strong, especially nearer up to the top. You can see one working out here. Must be a warm-up set because they can lift up to 700 pounds, which is the equivalent of 701-pound weights. For those of you who are into the gym things, the trunk is also quite stretchy. The skin and connective tissue on the top surface of the trunk is stretchier than the bottom, while the bottom is stiffer, stronger, and more grabby-grabby. The trunk is lined with special sensory hairs called vibrissae. On the bottom of the trunk, they form rows on either side. The science hippies think that this helps them balance things in the curl of their trunk, like this watermelon. But the tip has the most hairs and is the most sensitive, as tips are wont to be. Depending on the species, the trunk ends in one or two things that basically act like fingers. And I'm sure that science hippies attempted to fake this research with hand puppets. The combination of a flexible trunk and these fingerlings means that they can pick things up in all sorts of ways, depending on their shape and how big they are. And those finger parts are capable of some very fine movements. Look at this one peeling a banana. Not exactly how I do it. It gets the job done. And look at this one, delicately picking up a tortilla without breaking it. Now the trunk isn't a hollow tube. Those two nostrils run down the length of it. And that means it can get sucky-sucky, which provides yet another option for picking things up, but can also function a bit like a straw. Not an all-the-way straw, though. It is a nose, after all. And you know what it feels like to get a nose full of water all the way back. So when it sucks, it doesn't suck all the way. It holds whatever is sucked, and then it can squirt it back out into an appropriate orifice, or wherever the it wants, really. I know you like to learn. You're here learning about elephants, aren't you? Well, Brilliant.org is an amazing, free and easy way to learn about a whole lot more. Math, data science, computer science. It feels good to learn, and it helps a lot when a 5-year-old keeps asking why, or your boss for that matter. Brilliant has thousands of interactive courses, from basic to advanced, on topics that are interesting and important today, like how to think in code. There's a new How Technology Works course where you can learn things like what actually makes a password strong and why yours probably sucks. You get to learn all this at your own pace with content that fits your skill level and interests. And listen, if you get stuck, there's hints and explainers so that you really understand the concept before you move on. To try everything Brilliant has to offer, free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/ZaveFrank or click on the link in the description. The first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Brilliant has been a long-time sponsor of this show because I like what they do. Check them out today. Where were we? Oh, right. Elephants eat sticks and leaves and other crap a sensible person might rake up and throw in the green bin for pickup. Now, if you've tried, you'd know that it's not all that easy to eat those things. Imagine if the toothpick was the appetizer. But they have some good equipment. African elephants and male Asian elephants have tusks, which are their incisors. Female Asian elephants will often have little tiny incisors sticking out, called tushes. It's called a tush. Tusks and tushes don't help with the chewing, but they can scrape some bark off now and then. The business end of the mouth is in the back. Elephants have some big-ass molars back there, about the size of a brick. This is one, even though it looks like several. They chew all that woody crap front to back, not side to side like we do. And those teeth wear down. Luckily, they have 6 sets throughout their lifetime. When a new molar comes in, it doesn't come from below, it comes from behind. The old worn-down tooth is pushed forward, and then it breaks off in segments while the roots are reabsorbed. Once the last set of teeth comes in, that's it. Those eventually wear down, and if the elephant lives long enough, it'll die. Makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, they chew everything up into a pulp, and then that pulp gets fermented inside of their body. That creates gas. Told you. But the whole process only extracts about 20% of what went in the other side. The resulting dung still has some nutritional value. It's a pre-digested morsel for whoever wants another go.